so sad. The news what happened to Gary Speed, because the guy was a great football player, but with Gary he had what we don't have. But people say, well, you don't, Vernon, you never ever understand. I said, I've been there for a year. I thought about it, I thought about taking my life, and then I thought, hang on, I've got 3 kids to bring up. That's down to me. That's down to me. It's all about discipline. Again, we go back to this underlying discipline. You have a duty. But as the lady I'm with, she says, no one will ever understand what he was going through. He had everything, beautiful wife, kids, house, car, money. What was it? And I said, well, what it was like what I had. I was 3 fights off fighting for the world title. Something I always wanted since the age of 9, since I picked up boxing. This depression thing, it's not nice. It's not a friendly friend. It's an enemy.
So what solved it for you?
What solved it for me was the words that my ex-wife said to me. It takes a better man to get off the floor and walk the streets again with his head held up high than to win a world title. And when I used to go out for walks or runs when I was on my own, depressed, it suddenly clicked in. I went, hey, it's only life's not even started. So what? I haven't won the world title. So what? I haven't done this because of the money. I'm alive, breathing, eating. I've got 3 lovely kids and a lovely wife. That's worth more than a world title.
How can young men get help? Where's the first steps?
The first step, like with Gary, to talk about it, to open up. But they also need someone who can spot what's going on, who can spot what's going on, the mental trauma, what's going on in someone's head. And there has to be someone who's close to him. And with Gary Speed, I think when a lot of people hide behind a smile, and what you must remember is that professional football players, boxers, professional people in jest are very selfish people. Because to get to the top in anything, you must drive yourself on. You're away from home, you're doing your training, you come home, you're tired, all you want to do is sit down and watch a box, or sit down and play with the kids sometimes. But your whole concept is for the next match or for the next fight. So everything else becomes second, which is a selfish attitude, but that's the way it has to be. Then all of a sudden, the plug's pulled. And life begins again. With Gary, something very strange has happened. And I think it was. I personally think it was. Forget the money. You can have all the money in the world, but if you've not achieved what you really want to achieve, and you feel that you're now too old for it, hey, what a come down! What a come down! Then that come down becomes a depression. Because you start to dwelling on it. You start dwelling, if I had done this, if I had done that. And I think, well, who's to say what happened to Gary?
Who did you start talking to?
Who I started talking to, well, was I went down to Harley Street, I had a chat with a top psychiatrist down there, and he more or less said to me, as I walked into his, I think I said more or less, repeat myself, as I walked into his room, he went, sit down, there you are. You're depressed, okay, tell me why. I said, okay, see the door there, see you later, don't want to see you again, you sort your problems out. That's exactly what he said to me. And when I walked out there, I burst into tears because I had no one else to talk to. And as I was going down to get on the tube, train to come home to where I lived in Welling, Kent. I was on the train and all of a sudden, just dawned on me, hey, you've got yourself out of trouble before. You've trained for fights. They're harder than that. Get on with life. Life begins now. You've got the daughters. You've got a house to keep. Your wife. Get on with life now. This is your biggest challenge. Not winning world titles. Not being the best fighter in the street. This is where life begins now.